Hello and welcome again to another episode of Nerf News, your number one source for Nerf news on the net. I'm your host Drac, and today we're talking about the INFINUS. Now, the INFINUS is the upcoming kind of flagship primary elite blaster. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, it's a bad rapid strike, and it's just a different rapid strike. It's probably going to be better than the Hyperfire for a lot of reasons, but let's talk about it because it's been out for a few days, and I was waiting to kind of figure out what I'm allowed to say, and I can pretty much say whatever I want about it at this point. So, this is the INFINUS. You can see that Jazzwares leaked it when putting together their London Toy Fair spread. Since they're a big company, there's probably no consequences for that, which is hilarious. But you can see that they just chose images, and I guess they used this and didn't think about how they shouldn't have used it. Interestingly enough, they'll also have new Hotel Transylvania toys, which I kind of dig. But let's go ahead and zoom in on it. And you can see, I think I even have a better version as my next photo. So if we zoom down and come in here, yeah, this is just easier to see. So let's move that into the center and move me off to the side. So this is the Nerf INFINUS. A lot of people have been suspecting that this is going to be some sort of bad rapid strike or good hyperfire or what have you. It is a full auto blaster. It does come with a drum. It's kind of awkward how this foregrip is built in such that the drum and regular stick magazines will work, but I'm not entirely sure how it's going to feel about realistically anything else. So the curved worker 22s are going to be a pain, which is a shame, and a lot of people were worried. They're like, oh no, the drum magazine is purple and it matches the blaster. Does that mean that the INFINUS tech is going to be proprietary? And it's my opinion that it will not. It will not be a proprietary technology. I think that this will work with any magazine that will fit into the blaster, because I kind of suspect that this is just a regular full auto style blaster, but it also is going to be utilizing this this new mechanism, and you can kind of see up here that there's some sort of input. And again, there's been a few leaks from sales meetings of this blaster as well, so I'm kind of taking my knowledge from a few different sources, but there's some sort of input up here which pulls a dart in and loads it into the magazine. Now, I don't know how it's going to load it into the magazine, but that's the theory of the INFINUS, I guess, is that it will have infinite ammo because you can constantly top off from a dump pouch full of loose darts. And I mean, that's pretty cool, honestly. Like, it is very, very neat that that's a mechanism that they've decided to integrate, because normally when you want to choose, you have to choose between the rapid reloadability of the N-Strike technology or the ease of topping off constantly the like drums in terms of like cylinders, like a Roto Fury type mechanism, or the new Surge Fire, I think it's called, provides. And that has always been something that's been very valuable, particularly for like HVZ players who prefer to have a relatively full magazine but not have a bunch of half full magazines because of the nature of zombie engagements coming frequently in waves. So other than that, the only things that I can say about it are that it is full auto. It's not going to be a Hyperfire style. It's not going to be a conveyor belt. And I honestly don't even think that's because like Hasbro got good feedback and decided to listen to us. I think that that's because it would be very, like, it would be impossible, basically. Like, I don't know how you would load something on top or push something into a magazine that had that conveyor belt sitting on top of it. So I think that this is less about how mechanical pushers are better, particularly for modders. I think it's more about just from a basic engineering standpoint, how is it possible to build a blaster that uses this system? So we've also got what appears to be a battery tray up front here, and that is good to know. And then we've got, these are old school Nerf Perks rewards, actually. I have one pair of those glasses myself. I've worn them in a couple of top 5 videos, and people always make fun of me. But underneath the super cool Nerf sunglasses, we have just what appears to be the most cramped stock. And I just really don't understand that. I'm hoping that it's extendable in some way, but I don't think that it's going to be. I think this is going to be fixed, which is just like really lame. It's like a cool blaster. It's going to be expensive. We know that this blaster is going to be really, really pricey. So like at that price point, it's mostly older enthusiasts that'll be buying it, or really rich parents. And the ergo could be so much better. Like, the Rapid Strike actually has pretty decent ergonomics, and the Hyperfire, while not awesome, has a really cool just combination of a handguard and a trigger well, and even its stock has a weird sit to it, but it's not bad. This just looks like almost not even a stock. Now that means that this will be really easy to turn into SMGs or a pistol or what have you, but it also is going to be thicker because it's got to accommodate that new INFINUS mechanism, however that works necessarily. I'm suspecting that it's going to be some sort of flywheel that moves slowly as opposed to a regular flywheel which moves fast. Now, Hasbro's been doing a lot of stuff with these really soft protoplastic gear trains too, so that's also a distinct possibility. But I'm pretty sure that given how they manufacture things, they're going to want to use at least some technology that they already have, which would be a 130 size motor. So it can't be too ridiculous. It might be slightly Vortex-esque in how Vortex... I'm going really off the rails here, but if you guys remember old school how Vortex threw discs, I think it might use a similar mechanism to throw it in. Now I'm spitballing a dozen different ways to Sunday at this point because I'm actually pretty sure that I know how this works, but I can't give you all of the Easter eggs at once. However, I will be bringing you the #1 Nerf news and reviews from Toy Fair. So Toy Fair is coming up late February this year, and I will be there on the ground. I've already set up my appointment with Hasbro. I've also set up my usual appointments with Mattel and with Busby, etc. and so forth. So we should have more information about a lot of different things. A lot of stuff gets leaked early these days, but I have all of the things that I need to bring you that information. I'm even planning on upgrading my camera this year, so it should be even better than ever before. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of first look at the INFINUS, complete with an actual industry opinion of how it should work and what it's going to cost. I'm guessing north of $100. Like, that's just... I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be about $100. If you have any questions for Toy Fair, or things that you are curious about specifically, or names or rumors that you've heard, leave them in the comment section down below. I will definitely be hearting and responding to the ones that are interesting to me, and then the ones that I have a real interest in, I will write down. So if you have any questions about anything at Toy Fair, I am your eyes and boots on the ground, and I would be happy to provide those to you because you guys are the best audience in the world. In a constantly depreciating YouTube land, you guys are my constant. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Much love. Nerf on. Drac out.